Welcome to the Dream Life is Real Life podcast with your host, Hannah Hermanson, bringing you real-life stories of people who realized their dreams to educate and inspire you to create your legacy of abundance now.
Welcome back, friends. This is Hannah, and today we have Mr. William Hung hanging out with us. Because with so much pressure on the numbers and fear and failures that can happen in our lives, people are on the verge of burnout. We need to find our own creativity, voice, and gifts to help those shine through in our everyday work. We also need to find the connection to other people that have been lost and need to, refocus. And this is possible with the right mindset towards growth, something that the Shebang star, William Hung, brings in spades. From a failed American Idol audition to an inspirational speaker and international motivator, William Hung will transform our mindset by showing us that it is possible to take the high road, even in the face of defeat. I am so excited to be chatting with you again, William.
Hi, Hannah. I'm doing, thank you.
So I always like to ask guests, where in the world are you right now?
Los Angeles.
LA. So I know a little bit about your story, and hearing that you are in LA, I would love for you to give us, and I'm sure you get this question all of the time, but can you give our audience just a short synopsis of what has transpired in your life since your infamous meeting with the American Idol team?
Okay. Well, it's been a whirlwind, a really long journey, but it's been great. And I really don't like the word infamous. Yes, I know the media love using that word. But it's more like just able to turn failure into success that people, including myself, did not expect. It's more like just taking advantage of opportunities right in front of you. And it starts back right after the original audition. Because what you may not know is that right after they broadcasted my audition, on that same night, Fox News anchor John Beard said, William Hung is the worst singer ever. Ouch. I mean, imagine if you are told that you are the worst entrepreneur, you're the worst business person, worst colleague. How are you going to get up from that? How are you going to deal with that the next day? Fortunately, the next day, something really crazy happened. Towards the end of one of my civil engineering classes, my professor decided to show my audition in front of hundreds of students. And the students were going like, oh my God, where is he? Where is he? We gotta look for him. And then after that, I was mobbed for pictures and autographs. And then from that day, I know that my life can never be normal again.
So your classmates received the audition well and wanted to get to know you, and they appreciated your audition. That's amazing. And I think, we're going to talk more about what you're doing today, but I think even just overnight and in that moment, you to decide to still get up out of bed after hearing that at night, show up to class, sit through the audition again, and then, still receive the accolades and the attention with, assuming best intentions.
Yeah.
Is that something you've always practiced throughout your life? Like, have you always been a pretty, resilient and understanding person? Or are there habits that you had to develop, right around that audition time to make you...
I think that's a great question. So what I think the reason I was able to maintain a positive attitude despite the harsh criticism from people that might not like me or the media, it was because my mom, she told me that it's okay to fail as long as you tried your best.
And it's okay to fail. And I think that trying your best means that you're going into opportunities, experiences, classes with the idea that, if it doesn't work out, something better will happen, or you'll learn from it at the very least. And what an amazing example of that in your own life, that like, okay, well, one person said I'm the worst in the world, and here I am the next morning finding opportunity.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, on that same night, I got like hundreds of emails for performance and interview opportunities. It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to make of this.
And so at that time, were you thinking that you would pursue a career in music with all of those, interested people?
Well, I just started doing like a few interviews. I'll never forget the very first one was Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was on Ryan Seacrest's show a few times. And then I just thought that, well, maybe it can happen. Maybe it won't, right? Just because you get invited and get paid to do a few things doesn't mean you're going to become the next, star. That usually it doesn't work that way. And then one day I was invited to perform at a UC Berkeley's men's volleyball game. Right after my performance, one of the staff members from Koch Records gave me a $25,000 check for a record contract.
Could you believe it?
Yeah, could you believe it? For a college student like me, it's like, wow, what is this?
So many Cheetos and video games you could buy.
Unbelievable.
And so you took that record deal? Do you have an album out there? What happened next?
Yeah, so what happened was that I ended up going for the record deal because I just told myself that I only going to get one chance in this lifetime. I don't like, one thing about my philosophy is I don't like my life to have regrets, whatever it is, right? Let's say I want to do this back then, and I want to do something else right now, motivational speaking, playing Hearthstone, whatever, right? Whatever it is that I want to do in my heart, I don't want to have regrets later. I'm going to try it. I'm going to make it happen. Yeah.
And like you said, when these opportunities present themselves, so what if you fail, right? It's okay to do that. And so take the opportunities and assume that the best will happen.
Right.
So today, William, you mentioned a little bit your work is a bit different than, performing at college volleyball games or recording records.
Yes.
So help us understand what your mission is today.
Well, my mission is to inspire people to take ownership of their lives and their careers. I believe that people can make the conscious choice to become champions by becoming the best version of themselves each and every day. That's my mission.
Yeah, because Simon can't tell you, or no newscaster can tell you, you're the worst at being you, right?
Exactly.
We all totally have the tools and the power to be the best us. And so I know you have a lot going on in your, day-to-day life, but how does that work manifest? I know you do some speaking events. Do you work with people on these things? What are you up to?
Well, it's been crazy. I mean, I definitely done some professional speaking recently. I spoke for a global sales conference at San Antonio. It's for Corvo, a company called Corvo, Qorvo, and it was a technology company. And then in July, I'll be going to Singapore to speak for their technology conference. So there's been a lot going on. Another exciting thing is I'm about to speak for a TEDx event in Los Angeles.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah, so it's been crazy like that. And I think that since this podcast it's going to be take a while for it to be to go out, I can go ahead and also share that I just got invited to sing with Ricky Martin.
No way! You haven't done that before, have you?
No, I'm serious.
Where?
So yeah, it'll be at the Monte Carlo, June 2nd on Saturday. So it's tomorrow night.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, we'll break a leg. I can't wait to see this. The videos and things afterwards.
Yes. I talked to them. They're okay with me sharing everything on social media and website. So yeah, This is unbelievable.
You are still banging. I love it.
Yes. I'll be only singing one song, and it'll be She Bangs with Ricky Martin on stage.
Such a good flashback to,
I know. I look forward to that.
And so you're doing all of this. You're still, being invited to hang out with celebrities and do these speaking events, yet you are also balancing a full-time job. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. I mean, right now I'm still hanging on to it. I think that offline we've talked about this one before. Like it's a conscious choice that I'm making. Mm-hmm. I feel good about what I'm doing in terms of solving like process problems and helping people get better healthcare as a result. Mm-hmm. like it's not the direct result, but it's still the end result, because whether it's processing applications faster, contractors getting more money by doing better, delivering better services, I believe in it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I wanted to highlight that because a lot of people on this show and just, people who think, oh, they're chasing their dreams or they're helping people overcome fear. They think that, they are living some life by the beach and, totally radicalizing their life. And I think it's really inspiring that you are still so invested in your work as an engineer while you pursue your other engagements. And so how do you maintain, because I understand your mission of like wanting to help people, wanting to empower people, and it sounds like your day job has an aspect of that, but how do you balance this sort of, like genres of work that you do? Because I know a lot of people listening to this might still be in a full-time job, trying to chase dreams, trying to book meetings with people like Ricky Martin, and the week can go by quickly. So do you have any sort of productivity tools or time management wisdom for our listeners?
Well, I love this one because for me, sorry, let's try again.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So there are many suggestions in terms of how we manage that. For me, I don't like a rigid structure. It doesn't really work for me. I'm not like that. I don't see myself living like that. But however, I do like the idea of having a few big goals each day. Mm-hmm. Like you break down. You heard of the divide and conquer, right? So you break down this huge goal, and then you just come up with something that's reasonable for each day. So maybe today was, I'm going to make sure I get all the travel plans settled. I'm going to make sure I figure out my itinerary for Singapore. Things like that. Reasonable goals. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. So I want to go back a little bit now to your decision to engage with American Idol, because we've talked in other places about your decision to choose the high road, and that you could have like hidden and said, I'm not going to talk about it. Don't contact me. Was it a conscious move for you to say, you know what, I'm going to find opportunity in this? Or like I said, was that just something that's part of your personality?
I would say it's a conscious choice to take the high road because it's necessary. Like at the time, the way I saw it, and my friends saw that too. They saw how like people were using me and my image and my likeness. They talking about me on media. They talk about me on websites back then. So I can't really avoid it. I mean, I could try to pretend nothing happened or deny, but I don't see a point of doing that because that's part of who I am. I did go on American Idol for better or worse, and I did try my best. Things did not work out. I cannot compare my talent to people like Carrie Underwood. That would never happen in my lifetime, and that's okay. That's actually okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think, that like you realized, okay, I can't actually completely avoid this. Like it happened, I'm going to own it. And so what advice would you give to someone who has that failure or has that, let down, or they hear harsh criticism? what advice would you give other people for that next morning when they have class or they have life to show up to?
I would say that just trust your heart. Believe in what you do.
Yeah, and like you said, just be you. You can only be the best at being yourself, and so
Yes.
trying to hide or change that doesn't do anyone good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because how do I say it? Yeah, because like, everybody has different interests or philosophies and beliefs, and the main takeaway I learned from all these years is that you can't please everybody. It's impossible. So why not just get rid of that? Why not just work with people who support you? Work with your raving fans. You have raving fans. And for me, I might not have. I mean, I'm very fortunate to have raving fans, but I know you do too. In your network, the people you spend the most time with, the people that make you laugh and smile the most, those are your raving fans.
Yeah, I love that. And something I appreciated learning in my sort of leap of faith or my big audition for being an entrepreneur was that exactly what you said. I can't make everyone happy, but the only person I have any control over is myself. And so if I can do things every day that make me happy and, of course, lead you to those people that you said that make you smile, that understand your vision, that appreciate the way you think, you'll find those people only when you are owning yourself and making yourself happy first and foremost.
Yes.
Awesome. I love it. Cool. So we're reaching the phase of the show that I like to call pop quiz. So there are 3 quick questions on this quiz. I won't be, grading you too harshly, but I would like you to show your best work. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first question is, what is something that listeners can do today to get them closer to their dream life?
Take that first step. Whatever it is, take that first step. And I can speak from experience. Like recently, the last 2 years, 1.5 years, I got into inspirational speaking. And some people in my network, they think it's, oh my God, William Hung, you people know who you are. It's not going to be easy. Actually, it's not. It helps a lot, but it's still not a gimme. It's still, those opportunities I've been getting recently didn't happen just by chance. I reached out to people. I connected with people, and I also pay my dues by speaking for local speaking engagements for free or for minimal amount of money, just so that I have the speaking footage, I have the testimonials. I'm more comfortable in my own skin in terms of the way I deliver my presentation. So it's not by luck alone. Yeah, I'm lucky, but it's not by luck alone. We have to put in the work, and then the luck can come to you.
Yeah, I think those are 2 really great points. The first one is that your network is huge. And so maybe the step that you take today is telling someone else what you're thinking about or what you're looking for, whether it's a speaking opportunity or a partner in your business or a babysitter, whatever's going to get you closer to your vision of your dream day. And also when you are trying to build a reputation or a movement, you have to put in the work, and sometimes you have to show up for free and show up assuming the best. So I think those are 2 really great action steps people can take.
Yes.
Doing well so far. Ready for question 2?
Okay, let's do it. Number 2, right?
Yes. Are there any tangible resources that perhaps changed your life that you would recommend to other people, whether it's a mentor or a book or an exercise or just something that you would recommend other people get their hands on?
That's interesting. Well, I read a book called Do It Marketing by David Newman. And I think that his approach to marketing is very fascinating. He's a big believer in using like prospect-like language. So it's not about using fancy words. It's more like listening closely to how they communicate their pain. So for example, let's say I want to speak to corporations, I just look at people and listen to people in my work. How do they communicate at the water coolers? Oh my God, this is the 15th assignment today, the last 2 hours.
Yeah, I love that. Marketing is really powerful when you can get in the heads or get in the conversations of other people. And the other thing about marketing is if you think about it as a relationship builder, there's a lot of good psychology and networking skills that can be gleaned when you do get into the art of marketing. So that sounds like a interesting read and not one that I've actually heard of yet.
Yeah.
All right. The last question, William, where can people learn more about you or stay connected to your work?
So people can check out my website, willhung.com, WILLHUNG.com, and a couple other resources. I'm very active on Facebook. I'm somewhat active with Twitter and Instagram because I tend to post all of them on the same day. Like using like an automated scheduler, but I'm usually more active on Facebook. Then what else?
I think Facebook is a good one to be on when you have a desk job, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere else that we could connect with you, or resources you want us to access?
Yeah, I think those are the best ways I could think of for right now.
Right. We'll make sure your website is linked on the show page. And just to kind of bring things to a close here, any final words of wisdom to help other people become champions of their lives today?
I would say you need to believe that you can become a champion someday. And I look at my life. I never thought I could become a champion. When I was young, I tried many different things, sports, video games, all kinds of things, but got nowhere. I tried to be the best student. I got nowhere because it wasn't me. I couldn't absorb the material. I didn't have the talent for civil engineering. And that's okay. So you tell yourself, maybe you need to find your own open doors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, believe that you do have a unique talent.
Yes.
That the world needs.
Yes.
And it's sort of your job or your prerogative to find that thing, whether it means quote unquote failing in a lot of things, but knowing that you got to pick yourself up each time and keep trying.
Yes.
And maybe someday Ricky Martin will call you up and 10 years later you are living the big dream.
Well, he already did, so I'll see what happens after I meet him in person.
Yeah, you're the example of a failure turning into a huge success. So
yeah, that was interesting because Ricky Martin, he actually mentioned like 3 or 4 times in the past that he wanted to meet me in person, but it didn't happen until like recently.
Wow, and was it about 10 years ago or even more?
Yeah, maybe 14 years ago.
Wow. Well, I know you're going to do wonderfully, and I can't wait to see what big things happen for you next, William. We so appreciate hearing your story, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Hannah.
All right.
You've been learning how to make your dream life your real life with Hannah Hermanson. To get the resources mentioned on today's show and to listen to past episodes, visit www.dreamlifeisreallife.com.